Okay, this is an introductory look at the Yii2 CMS system. CMS stands for Content Management System. You know, for now, I haven't really branded the application, and so I just refer to it as the Yii2 CMS. My hope really is that the Yii2 community, the development community, will pick the application up, extend it, make it better, and bring a better, more secure CMS to the web development community. Currently, the stuff that's out there, Drupal 2 is pretty secure, but it's very, very difficult to use, extremely hard to set up, and it can cost literally hundreds of thousands of dollars to develop a business quality website with Drupal. You know, by the time you bring in developers and module writers and pay for extensions to do the things that it should do out of the box, you know, you wind up with a very long, painful development curve. Ask anybody that's done it. It's pretty bad. WordPress is infamously insecure because they don't vet there's all these modules, add-ons, and plugins out there which are not vetted by the security experts at WordPress to make sure that they conform to, you know, the security requirements of WordPress. And, you know, people can do and inject all kinds of things into the user and permissions level stuff within a plugin or a module. You can't do that in this system. In the Yii2 system, you know, the role-based access controls are part of the core code. And I guess if you really tried hard, you could write an include or a module that got around them. But if you are developing with Yii itself, that's just not going to happen. So the site, you know, the sites will tend to be far more secure than a WordPress site over a longer period of time. And, you know, of course, time will tell on that, but that's my hope, is that it'll be a more secure solution for the web development community, and an easier to use solution too, by the way. Yeah, most CMS systems like Drupal and WordPress, Joomla also, they all started life as blog or discussion thread systems, and their development curve follows a path that emphasizes those aspects of a website. Most websites, however, are not centered on the tasks of people exchanging ideas and discussion threads. They are marketing tools for their owners and have a primary focus, you know, that is about art or products or other things. And you can get to all that with those other systems, but they're not page-centric. They are discussion or comment-centric first. Creating pages, hooking pages up in the system to menus, creating hierarchies of pages, it's really, really dead easy to do. Something that it should be conceptually just, you know, no-brainer. You should be able to create hierarchies, assign pages to them, assign pages keywords, search by keywords, build lists by keyword or category, and be done with it. And you can get to those things in Drupal and WordPress, but you have to add stuff onto the system to be able to do that. Okay, so the focus of the Yii2 CMS is pages and the shared layouts or shells for pages. With the Yii2 CMS, you can brand a site in literally minutes and have its visual framework automatically shared and enforced across all the pages in your site. You know, all these pages right here are sharing a common layout. So they'll have, you know, common header, common footer, common CSS, common menus, and you know, and so on. The back end can be branded. You see this has got a totally different theme than the front end, right? And if I go to my config, it shows here back end theme is Slate, front end theme or public theme is Spacelab. And this actually just represents a folder name that's in the themes folder. If you take a regular, you know, well-crafted bootstrap CSS set, make a folder for it, put it in there, point this to that, you know, you're done. You shouldn't have to do anything else. If you need to tweak it, you can actually, down in the themes shared folder, you can, you know, insert a custom CSS file. and override certain things, H1s, paragraphs, whatever you need to do in there. And you can also do that at the layout level. At the layout or block level, you can do custom CSS and custom JavaScript. So you can get very, very fine-grained with the construction of your site, or as simple as you want to get it. And out of the box, it will just do what 98% of people need to do with a website without having to monkey with any of that. The system has really powerful media and asset management controls. You can literally manage thousands of images, video, audio, and document records in the CMS2 site. You can easily filter for things, or keyword them. You can filter for stuff, find, sort, whatever. The upload tools are pretty powerful. They're only limited by whatever your PHP settings for maximum upload sizes are. So you'll have to be aware that if you're, I think the most PHP2 sites default to 2 megabytes. So if you need to update or upload things over 2 megabytes, you need to be able to have access to change your PHP any settings. Yii2 is actually a framework that sits on top of PHP. So all of the technology here is very ubiquitous. It's available everywhere. It's simple SQL databases. It's PHP, which exists for most websites. And it's the Yii2 framework, which is a free open source framework that I've based this thing on. The other core technologies are Bootstrap 3 for fully responsive web pages that display great across all the platforms. One theme and design can in most cases serve for any number of platforms. Any commercial Bootstrap theme should work perfectly with this system. The widgetry I have, for instance, on forms and the form generation stuff, and all of my back end and front end are jQuery, UI, and Bootstrap based. And both those frameworks are ubiquitous in the web sphere and well maintained by a large community of developers and users. So out of the box, this thing provides users the ability to deploy and manage image, audio, and assets, galleries, or collections. It gives the user the ability to carefully craft SEO for individual assets and pages. The system also supports comment threads. Actually does have comment threads and discussion threads if you need them. They're built into the system, and you can add them as a block to a page. They all have their own permissions and rule sets. You can create as many of those as you need to. Here I have comment control rules. I only have one set up now because I only have one set of rules I need, but you could actually carve out as many different rule sets as you need, use different moderators, different roles, all of that. The comment stuff is all also tied into the role-based access control mechanism of Yii itself. So, it extends, across the board there. It also has a robust plugin architecture, and its gallery and comment features are built with this architecture. So that if you have a developer that needs to see how it's done, they can look at the stuff that's in the system and see how I've done it, and then follow that pattern. Under System, you can look under here. It's got plugin UIs, and you can see here the main carousel. If I look at this, right? It's got the front-end custom forms. Notice this is the form for, if I go to and create or let me see, if I go to blocks and I view a gallery block. I don't have a gallery block. Anyway, if you create a block type, okay, so let me back up here. Actually, I do have a gallery in here. What am I saying? So if I go to galleries, this is a type of plugin. Gallery is a plugin, right? If I go to one of these guys, well, first of all, I don't know if you noticed there was a thing called the UI ID, and that is the ID of that user interface that I just went to over in the block type UIs. So if I edit this guy and I go to the settings, my custom settings, here they are. When you create this thing, there they are. So, you can easily create custom UIs that automatically insert the values you need with your, your front-end code. For instance, if they need to adjust CSS values or widget values in JavaScript or whatever, you can do that right here in the system without writing code to do it. Your actual front-end views might require PHP coding, but that's a question for another day. What else can I discuss here? Oh, features. It's like I said, it's all Yii2 advanced based. It conforms to the Yii2 framework and its MVC or Model View Controller based architecture. And again, we've discussed the User2 management role stuff is all based on Yii itself, which is core to the system. And I think that's about all. This thing has so many features. I could probably, go on for hours about it. The dashboard itself is actually just a layout that's got blocks laid into it that are, custom blocks that are built, that are views that are injected into the zones of the back end. So you could easily customize the back end if you needed to. Or add things to it. These page help things are automatically pulling out articles out of the articles database and so on. So I guess that's it as an introduction. I really hope you download the thing and give it a whirl. Thank you.